All right, gather around, little ones. Come around my campfire, my homosexuals. I hope you're doing as good as I'm doing today. But don't get me wrong, we're doing good. But my body's cooked. I'm always joking that my core and my quads, my knees, whatever, we're glass cannons up in this house. And oh man, I am struggling to breathe. I feel like somebody just sucker punched me in the gut at least 15 times, but I decided to squat through it anyway, because that's what you got to do. You know, you got to take what you got in front of you and just squat with some goddamn passion. But, regardless of that, had a great workout. You know, I put in the effort, we hit all the reps, split jerk form. Oh my God. This is one of the reasons I've been so excited to work out at the Crunch here in Alabama. The wood makes a difference. I am telling you. Just that mental, just that auditory cue when my feet slap the ground. Oh, it works. It works wonders. It is so much better than just doing it on the flat ground. I love it. Makes me feel so much more powerful, even though I'm not technically more powerful. But, it's a mentality. You got to hype yourself up enough to, really put in that 100%. And even though my core was dying and I was tired as hell from all the volume and the moving this week, we whipped that with some goddamn passion, Plus, I got to run into a bunch of homosexuals that I haven't seen in a minute, They were the guys I met back up here a couple months ago when I was surveying the area. And it's always so nice to just get to go rekindle those kinds of relationships and just kind of sit down for a minute and be like, what the hell have you been up to? Plus, on top of that, it's so fun to something that I love so much with meeting as many people as I physically and mentally can. I've already met new people since being here yesterday, because I literally just moved here. And turns out, first guy I met is already friends with one of my closer homies I know here. And I'm like, oh, God damn it, what a wonderful world. Nobody realizes how closely connected we are until you really start putting in that effort to put yourself in a position where you can see every kind of person imaginable. Make all those relationships that you never realized were there until you put that foot forward and just said, hey man, you're strong as fuck. Let's be friends. That's literally it. But clean and jerks were fun. Again, really tiring. My core is definitely taking a beating. I haven't done this kind of volume since my knee got a little messed up, and I just moved for like a week straight, so we're tired. But we're getting there. I got an early workout tomorrow, but after that, I'll get a full rest day, and I'll be able to hopefully fully recover and fully bounce back at what normally feels like 100%. I'm not gonna lie, the back squats were a little iffy. Makes sense. As I said, my knee just got to 100%. I can't even say that, It's like, it's at 100% in the idea that I am comfortable squatting on it with maximum intensity, Not saying I'm going to put on maximum weight, but I can put in that full effort, But it's just, my knee is just, it's weak, I got to be realistic. It may be a little sad, but you got to accept what your body's capable of in the moment to be able to put in the full amounts of effort at the most efficient rate possible in the present moment, So I put in my best effort, put in the best form I could. If you're counting, I I got so lost in the volume at the end there that I ended up squatting a 7th rep on the very last set, because I was winded, I was tired, I was like, I'm giving this one the people's elbow. I'm putting on the people's knees on this one. I was pushing it. So whatever. It was an extra rep. I felt great. Not that there's any pain or anything, but naturally, with me being weaker on that side, I feel a little bit more sore than I'm used to. Which again, totally fine, as long as there's no pain. So physically, I mean, I'll give it a 7.7. Not bad. Not by any means, I always say like a 5 for me, or I guess I could say a 5.1 means I had a positive day. Even if it's the smallest, most seemingly insignificant amount of positivity, there was at least that one thing that was just a little bit better than the negatives that happened today. If I ever go below a 5, then I'm having a only negative day. You know what I mean? All the negatives have outweighed the positives, and something went wrong. You know, even no matter how much shit you go through in the day, if you have a day that is below a 5 on like my random fucking scale, that doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm like, how do you let the negatives outweigh the positives? Like, it's about rewriting your mindset to be able to like really turn that around and just go at it with the best you can. You know, even if everything doesn't go your way, you feel weak, you feel powerless, whatever, you got to understand that whatever you were capable of yesterday, it's out the window. You know, you can't possibly predict how you're going to be today. Like, you can try and you might get close. Sometimes it might be way off, but you cannot 100% accurately predict how you're going to feel tomorrow, no matter how good the training was today. That's just how it is. That's just life. You know, not even just training. That's everything. You know, it's one step at a time, and then adapting to what your body's capable of every minute on the minute. You know, I was talking to some homies today how my program before my knee got hurt was perfect in the moment. It's so fun to say that because I was so confident, and I've never been so strong. I made 20-pound PRs in a matter of 2 months. I hadn't even gone through half the program yet. And that anybody who's done this for a long time knows that I'm years and years into this. And the fact that I was able to put 20 pounds worth of progress in just a couple months, that is insanity how quick that is. Insanity. You know, like if you were to make, let's say if you put on 5 pounds of progress, like once every 2 to 3 months, my guy, like you are going to be, if you can do that forever, you are going to be so fucking strong in your mid-20s to your mid-20s to late 20s, around 30. Like if you can put on 5 pounds consistently every 2 to 3 months and you always stay disciplined and consistent, oh my God. Like, look at me now. Like I'm doing my estimated, like let's look at snatch. I'm at like 275-ish right now, estimated. Of course, I've never done that, so I'm not saying that that's what my max 100% is, but that's just like the idea. That's what I'm working toward. So let's say if at my all-time peak I can hit 275 right now. If I were to put on 5 pounds every 2 or 3 months and do that consistently for the next decade, oh my God, what is that? Let's put a number on it. That's 30 pounds a year. 30 times 10, that is 300 pounds by the time I'm 30. So I will be statistically clean and jerking over 600 pounds by the time, so closer to 650 pounds by the time I'm just 30. The math ain't mathin'. Makes no fucking sense right there. It doesn't. It's not plausible because we're human, because we grow. And as we grow, we get stronger if we take it slow and we take it safe. The faster you rush what your body's actually capable of, the quicker your body's going to have a downfall and injure itself. And then however long you have to spend recovering that, like taking time off for that injury to heal until you can put weight on it, you're probably going to spend about double the time lifting weights to get back to the weight that you were at. Like 315 moved like a bitch today. Just being realistic. Like, of course, at the end of this training program, I'm probably going to be pretty close, if not over what my estimated max was before. But that's just where we're at. You know, I got to take it day by day. I can't expect to be squatting 445 for 4 like I did two and a half weeks ago, just because I'm back on it. It takes time. It takes weeks. It takes months. It takes years. Years, man. People don't realize how fucking long progress takes. It is not just even anything, you know, it's not just the gym, it's everything, you know, it's just, you have to put in, I was talking to a gym homie today about this, and it's so difficult to truly get to this point where you can just keep packing on progress one step at a time and make it appear effortless to the people around you. Because obviously I know where I'm at all times. I know how much effort I'm putting in. I know how much credibility I deserve, all that shit, because I'm me. I know exactly what I'm going through. But nobody else does. Most people look at me and they just see the heaviest weights I lift. They don't see me doing 5x3, 5x6 on a clean and jerk squat day doing 65%. You know, people don't give a shit about 65%. They care about 100%. You know? That's just how it is sometimes. And I was talking to my homie. I was like, dude, he was like, man, dude, it's actually like one of the best compliments I've gotten in a long time. I was just speaking my fucking truth, if you will, about all this bullshit, just going off, because I'm a professional yapper about this passion bullshit. And he was like, dude, you got that like David Goggins shit going on. I was like, you don't mean that. That shit had me ecstatic. I was just like, no, I'm not like that guy. But, in my head, I'm like, okay. Maybe I got a little bit of that Goggins in me. But regardless of that, I was explaining it to him. I'm just like, look, man, it's obviously extremely hard. I'm not saying that, but I can look back at it with perspective now, because I've actually gone through it in as full of an extent as I can put up to that I can put in with the amount of time that I've been doing it. So you start by getting consistent. You have to show up every day that you plan on showing up, and that's just the bare minimum to getting to passion. After consistency, I think about 6 months to a year in, just depends on the person, you get discipline. And I know that consistency and discipline seem the same, but they're not. It's a matter of that discipline starts happening once you can like sit there in the morning and be like, I have the whole world against me today. I got a million things going on. Some negative shit's happening. I got too much to take care of. But no matter what, there is time for the gym. No matter what. There are obviously going to be days where this is not true. It's just a matter of, if it's just you against you personally in your day-to-day life, and it's like, if you're just working with your schedule and not hindered by outside influence in that matter, and it's just about your mindset, how much you're going to drive to really get there. Like, for example, tomorrow I'm driving to Nashville with a group for a day or two. It's someone's 21st. We're going to go have fun. And so I was like, okay, well, I got to go to the gym tomorrow, but we're leaving in the morning. I'm going to be up at 6 in the morning getting ready to go to the gym. I don't care if it's going to hurt. I don't care if it's going to feel like shit. I have to go. That's what it means to be disciplined. It doesn't matter what I feel at this point, because just as much as I can sit there and complain negatively about the way I feel, I can pack on just as many positives, because choosing a or positivity and negativity when it comes to your mindset is a choice. So I could sit there and be like, 6 a.m. is too early. I can't do it. I give up. I'll come back next time. No. God damn it. I want to grow and be the best version of myself as I can be. I want to put 4 plates on a snatch one day, even if it's 20 years in the future from now. So if I have to put in the days like tomorrow where I have to show up just for the sake of staying consistent and disciplined, I got to do it. Because it's one of those things where you look back way later in life and you look back and you're like, could I have hit 4 plates on snatch, 5 plates on clean and jerk one day if I had that discipline and consistency in the first place? And it's the fact that you can't plan it. You can't predict it. Like I said earlier, you can't 100% predict how you're going to grow. So you have to put in everything that you are capable of to ignite that passion. And once you can start coming to the gym every fucking day and not missing days, as long as it's on your own schedule. Obviously, if you've got a family emergency, if you got an illness, if you got something that you can't control and something's happening that you have to show up for, I get it. You got some days you got to switch up the priorities. I've had family emergencies where I had to drive states across states to get there, and it was like the whole day. I didn't get there until like nearly midnight, and it's just a matter of that was it. I had to prioritize my family in that day because they needed me, or not that they needed me. It's the fact of my support could have made a difference. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I got to go to the gym. You guys can figure your own shit out. No. I want to be there if I can on those rare days, because I know I have the discipline the moment I get back to jump right back on the gym. No matter what emergency happens, no matter how many days you have to take off for illness, injury, emergencies, whatever. That's another thing with discipline. After those little breaks that you have to take, no matter what, even that are out of your control, you will still go back to that same regular program schedule, no matter what. Once you got those things, the passion's just there every day, man. Because once you get that consistency and discipline, the goals just stack one after a fucking other. You know, I have so many things I'm passionate about, and it just, because I can just do it every day and not have to think about it, I feel like I'm effortlessly passionate, you know, even though I know that's not true and that's not the whole thing of it. I love what I do, you know. And it's not just like it fell in my lap. I got myself to this point to where I could look back and be like, I did the best I fucking could, and I wouldn't change a goddamn thing, you know. And so I'm gonna keep loving every minute with passion. And so the moment you get to that point where you can really rock that passion every single day, no matter what, no matter how shitty you feel, like today, that's when you know you've really fucking made it. That's when you know you've really put in the effort and put in the time. But anyway, I'm ranting too fucking long. Sorry for... No, I'm not going to fucking apologize. I got to stop doing that. But you know what I mean. I love going off about this stuff. It's just my point of view. Take it with a grain of salt. But I appreciate you guys hanging around and listening regardless. You know, let me know how your lives and the lifts have been going. I love hearing about it. And you'll see me tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, but again, I could say it's unfortunate, but I could also say it's fortunate that I could even go. You know, at least I can still go. That's what you got to look at. You got to look at the positive end every fucking time, because looking at the negative is a waste of headspace. So I'll be back. I got snatches and benches, 65%. Just going to keep running the volume, taking care of my knee, being healthy, being passionate, just loving life. So on top of that, I love you guys. I appreciate you sticking around. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.